Our data collection is based on questionnaires because on the current COVID-19 situation, it is impossible to do a face-to-face interview, so the questionnaire gonna be the best choice on this situation. And our targets are international students who are living in Melbourne during the COVID-19 lockdown. And it is an online questionnaire, and we have 22 people who are participating in our questionnaires. So in our questionnaire, there's total 16 multiple choice questions, which is listed below. We require our targets to answer those questions according to their real life experience. And after we finishing collecting answers from our targets, we should know the basic information about them. And we should know our target, what is their inconvenience, what is their emotion under our current lockdown, and so on. This is the basic information we're collecting from our target, which are international students. We can know their nationalities, their age, their gender, which show our research is diversity, and it can help our data collection be more accurate. According to the pie chart, we can know that most international students are living alone in our survey. We found that the key inconveniences that lead to psychology distress include boredom, the activity space is too small, and lack of supplies. The restriction of a stay-at-home measure has been quite isolating for students. Therefore, they will generate many negative emotions. Students forced to live in isolation conditions face the greatest risk of lonely and depression symptoms. There are other negative emotions that exist which include stress, irritability, and insomnia. The longer a lockdown lasts, the worse its impact on psychological well-being. The main reason why students have negative emotions during this situation is they cannot go out as often as to meet their friends and enjoy facilities. The survey suggests a few ways that we can mitigate the psychological impact of staying at home. Social media could help people to stay in touch with others. Actively seeking social connection is essential to staying not only emotional health but psychological health as people isolated from each other, such as communicating with volunteers, communicating with psychologists, and communicating with friends. Many international students lack the celebrity to help them out of the psychological difficulty. According to the information we collect from our questionnaires, we are creating a persona. This boy is named Andrew Joe. He's 22 years old. He lives in Melbourne and studying in Monash University. And he's doing Bachelor of Construction. He lives alone. He likes to play online games. He feels lonely and bored for a long time. And he wants to make new friends. And he feels depressed for a long time in this coronavirus situation. It is much more easy to do the problem statements by analyzing the persona, which is Andrew Joe. So the problem statement is gonna be international students need a way to strengthen their psychological health because during the pandemic, it is hard for international students who live alone to socialize with friends and deal with their personal relationship problems, which will cause psychological problems. Now we are jumping to our idea part. This part is focused on the problem we have stated before. Those ideas we create are helping to solve this problem. The first idea is designing an application to invite those lonely international students to join a group. This application can provide a communication platform for international students who feel lonely, and there will be volunteers who will join the application to communicate with them. Those international students can use our application to communicate with professional psychologists and get a deep understanding of how to solve their own problem. The second idea is the short-term pet adoption. We can cooperate it with Pet Shop for short-term pet adoption. In this way, international students who live alone can be accompanied by pets. The international students who will not feel lonely, and it will help them to reduce the psychological pressure of living lonely. The third idea is cooperate with MOSU. Cooperate with MOSU to provide regular psychology consultations for international students, and MOSU can provide online activities which can help international students who live alone to find their belongings in Australia. Now we jump into the prototype part. Our prototype is based on the idea 1, which is creating an application to help international students to solve their problem. the idea one, we are deciding to create an application. This application can help the international students to solve their problems. And the application name is BubbleCare, which means we hope those problems, which bother international students a lot, can disappear like bubble. And this is our homepage of BubbleCare. The students can sign up and download the app through Apple Store, Google Play, and Amazon Apple Store. Our application is basically a communication app. The international students can chat with peers and professional psychologists. And in our application, we will invite surprise guests every week. And those surprise guests will be celebrities or person who has great contribution in some particular area. When the international students is finishing downloading our app, which is BubbleCare, the first thing it's going to show is the login and sign up page. If the student has already finished register from our website, he can log in directly. If the student has not registered in the website, he can sign up here. When student is finished in login step, they will be required to fill up a questionnaire, which is 16 questions, which we posted before. After finishing the questionnaire, we can know the basic information about our student. And we will lead the student to the main page of our application. In the main page, the personal information is on the right up corner. The student can edit their profile, and there will be different categories which show on the screen, which are random matchup, post your daily emotion, consultation, surprise guest, and the chat robot which can figure out your problem. And in the bottom left, there will be a charge button there. You can see the money remain, and you can charge for the consultation of the psychologist. And the bottom right is the friend list. You can see the friends is online or not. In the random matchup, the student can randomly join a group. All information will be protected, and he can also customize their name. They can add people from the group, and they can also list the group as favorite if the group has great beneficial for him. And the student can also post the daily emotion. The information will be protected as well. Different people such as volunteers will encourage and comment. And the professional consultation is formed by professional psychologists. The information will also be protected, good for mental health, and it will be charged, but first session and second session will be free. And surprise guest is formed by famous people. They can interact with students and encourage and give advice for students who are suffering from current situation. In the testing part, we invite our roommates to do the test. Most of my roommates are satisfied with the application, but only a few people think there's some problem in our application. First one is, where's your customer base? Where's your money come from? How to invite celebrities and how to make money. In order to solve the problem which our roommate has stated for us, our group think we need to cooperate with big company which they can support our fund, and the company has the customer base which can also useful for us, and we decided to cooperate with Facebook. In the login and sign up page, students can log in with Facebook and Google Mail as well. And Facebook has huge impact in the world. We have to cooperate with Facebook because we need a customer base. And also we need to have a contract with them, make sure it is a win-win situation. In the professional consultation part, if the student thinks they need more consultations, they will need to pay for that. And in the consultation part, we will take 10% from the consultation fees. And also, in the surprise guest part, the student may need to show their love to the celebrities. They might need to give to the celebrities. We will also take 10% of the gift. That is our way to make money. This is the end of our design thinking video. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.